Back like we never left. Last time we were here at Lexington for some volleyball, we saw the Shelby Whippets win a regional title. We're back to see some more magic here in North Central Ohio, live and free on the OH Report. It's game one of a sectional final doubleheader between the Ontario Warriors and the Norwalk Truckers, who you will see in action in a few moments from now, live and free on the OH Report.
Supporting our local teams or cheering you on in life, we're here for you in every victory, big or small. Mechanics Bank! That's better.
Your future starts here at Pioneer Career and Technology Center. At Pioneer, you'll gain real-world skills, hands-on training, and college credits, all while preparing for the jobs of tomorrow. Pioneer, preparing today's students for tomorrow's opportunities. Discover your future at Pioneer.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
It is time now for your pregame show presented by Sutton Bank here on the OH Report and also on the NFHS Network. My name is Jonathan Langdon. Your producer today is Adam Thompson alongside our camera operator, Brandon Powell. Right now you are watching Norwalk warm up out on the floor about a minute to go before pregame proceedings here. But let's go ahead and talk real quickly about these two teams. It's game one of a doubleheader here at Lexington High School. Lady Lex will play later tonight. So it's Ontario and Norwalk. And starting with those Lady Warriors coming in just about a 15-minute drive. Very generous considering how far Norwalk had to come in today. 14-8 on the year. Natalie Schell has them in a great spot. This is a really good team that is looking to break a tough spell against the Truckers. 0 for their last 11 in their chances at Norwalk. Things could change here today. They are seated lower, but you look at the records, you look at the teams they've played, they have a very good chance at pulling off what would technically be an upset here today. Player spotlight for these Warriors. It's no doubt they have had a standout player. Annie Weaver, the senior for this Ontario group, has had quite the season. You're going to see her numbers right here. Second leading hitter in the MOAC, 333 kills. First Warrior to 1,000 kills, which means she is a program-changing talent that wears number 10 in white here for today. So the Warriors making their way out to the court. We're going to have national anthem here momentarily, along with our announcing of the starting lineups. I believe they'll do the lineups first. No, they will go straight to the anthem. We'll step aside and take a quick break here on the OH Report and the NFHS Network.
You're invited to stand and sing our national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner.
Taking on a 3-seed here tonight between Ontario and Norwalk for a sectional championship game. We talked about Ontario briefly. Now let's go ahead and jump into those Lady Truckers coming in from about an hour away. Norwalk, of course, not up to standard. Their record as they sit 10-12. They have had a great run as of late in the SBC Lake Conference. However, this has been a different season. There's a very competitive group out of Columbian that went 15-7 on the year, 8-2 in the league. Bellevue actually tied them for that league title this year. They are 18-4, and then Perkins, the only other team that was ahead of them. This Trucker squad has lost 6 of their last 7, but you see some of the opponents they are playing. They have tested themselves coming into this game. Do not expect them to be a slouch by any means for these Ontario Warriors to simply pounce on. This is going to be a great match here tonight. Player spotlight for Norwalk. Standout player on Ontario's side. There's another one for these Norwalk Lady Truckers that is a little bit younger. So it's exciting to see the youth for this Norwalk team start to take over. Madeline Gamble, definitely exhibit A in that category. 139 kills on the year, 15 aces, 12 blocks. She has added to that total as a couple of the games they played recently have not been added statistically, but she is going to be the player to watch in gray for this team today, as you see her there lined up as we're announcing lineups. And we'll go ahead and run through both teams' rosters. We will start with Ontario, who we talked about before. Number 1, Haley Hefner. Number 2, Piper Studer. Number 5, Carly Schnitke. Number 7, Peyton Vance. Number 9, Lexi Them. Number 10, Annie Weaver. Number 11, Morgan Pearson. Number 13, Michaela Giegold. Number 14, Emma Fagan. And number 15, Sarah Wharton. Those are the numbers of players that you will likely see out on the floor. If we see anybody else step out onto the floor, we will make sure to give them their due diligence as they come in later on the broadcast. Switching over to Norwalk now. Their primary players to keep an eye out for on the floor. Number 1, Sawyer Weinman, the junior. Number 3, Sydney Molman, also a junior. Number 5, Madeline Gamble, our player spotlight. Number 6, Emily Tyler. Number 9, Reagan Mooney. Number 10, Lindy Winkleman. Number 11, Bella Hernandez. Number 13, Ainsley King. Number 16, Amanda Romel. And number 17, Lola Schlotterer. Let's go ahead and jump into, as we continue this Sutton Bank pregame show, our keys to victory for both of these squads. We'll start with the Ontario Lady Warriors. What do they have to do to win here tonight? Well, you've been in a great MOAC conference that has tested you to this point. Now you just got to go out and perform and I think win in the front row. That's going to be huge here against a Norwalk team that historically in the past has been good above the net. See if that trend continues for these Lady Truckers, and if it does, Ontario's got to try to find a way to outplay them. And then also take it to them early. This Norwalk team sits 10-12 on the season. I'm sure they're not too proud of that record coming in. If you can kind of grab all of the momentum and maybe take the morale down on the Truckers side, you could have a good chance to win here tonight. For Norwalk on the other side, 4th of 6 teams in a solid SBC Lake conference as they finished out their regular season last week. This roster boasts 2 seniors, 4 juniors, 6 sophomores, and 2 freshmen. No trends. If you're coming into this game, do not let Ontario spot you in certain corners. This is something that I saw yesterday in the Centerburg Northridge game that I got to call. Northridge picked up on a couple of trends from that Centerburg defense where they were able to exploit them, get some points where they probably shouldn't have scored points. It ended up in a 5-set thrilling victory. And then on the other side of things, to simply play your way tonight, you'll have a good chance to win. Serve well is that second key, as we missed it there, but back out to the floor. As Ontario's set to go, they're wearing white. They're on the left side of your screen. On the right side of your screen will be Norwalk. Service aces would be good if you can stack those up on the Norwalk side. Test that serve-receive team out of the Warriors. However, they will be the ones to start with the serve here today. Number 15, Sarah Wharton, will get us started. Live and free on the OH Report and also on the NFHS network. This ball into the net. There's a service error to start things off in favor of Norwalk. Quick substitution as Schlotterer gives way for another body up front. Number 3, Sydney Molman. She sits near side in the front row for Norwalk. New server, or the first server today, will be our spotlight, Madeline Gamble. This ball received by Hefner. The far side tap, dink over the block. That one's true. And we talked about Weaver and the power she has. How about the finesse to start things off? Thanks to Wellspring for the replay. After that, we'll see Piper Studer. Make sure to get that over the net. Plenty of clearance. Studer overpass. Tapped right to the platform of Tim. This ball off the block. Weaver already up to 2 kills. Junior, another send away. Right to the libero for Norwalk. Near side swing. Easily dug up by Wharton. Back to Weaver. Cross court. It's another kill. The cut shots working out here as that one gets past number 1, Sawyer Weinman. Studer continues on in a 3-1 game in favor of Ontario. Setter today for Norwalk is Emily Tyler. Puts that on a platter for her middle, Ainsley King. Take a look at it again. Didn't have to back away from the ball, just jumped straight to it. Put some power behind it. Here comes Reagan Mooney, the senior server. Back set, try to spot the back corner. Easily there was the server, Mooney. Another good dig from Wharton. Back to Weaver, tight to the net. Still gets the job done. And that's the versatility that you see out of Annie. Wherever that ball's placed, she is a threat to put it down. Served by Tim. Back set going back to old reliable King. And then a good job by Sydney Moman for Norwalk to make sure that does not get over. Don't think she got a touch on it. But nonetheless, it's a Norwalk point as Ontario still leads 4-3. Float serve touched by Giegold in the back for Ontario. It's another ace. So Sawyer Weinman, the junior, will get to give it another go. Topspin serve received by Wharton. Setter is Studer for Ontario, and she does a good job giving that right back to Weaver. Winner of this game today will take on the winner of our game later tonight between Madison and Lexington. That'll also be right here, live and free on the OH Report, thanks to our tremendous sponsors. As this ball hits the antenna, it'll go down as an error for Moman. Wellspring Custom Pharmacy shows you the replay again. This Ontario team lost a sectional title last year to Kenton in 4 sets. Looking to reverse tide here. This is a game that has certainly been circled for them as this ball sails out, no touch. Not able to find the ball landing inside the lines. Wharton will go down with the error. In comes Schlatter. One of 6 sophomores on this Norwalk roster. It is a young team. Yummy ball tapped down. Carly Schnittke, the sophomore herself for Ontario. Warriors have 4 of those. 2 of which regularly play. You saw Schnittke get that kill. Peyton Vance you'll probably see later today. In fact, she's in the front row near side. She's going to contest this block. And they'll go to her. Vance has that one deflected down. Gamble right there in the crowd to help pat that in. Here goes Emily Tyler. New setter for Ontario, Pearson puts it on a platter. Watch her find her star up the middle, Sarah Wharton. Probably the tallest player out on the floor today. The back row attack, and it looks like it will be a violation. They call Lexi Tim in the net. Likely won't see it off that replay, but violation on Ontario makes it 7-8. Another set by Pearson. Out of system. Norwalk sends it back tight to the net, closer to the judge than the intended target, as Wharton couldn't float around for that ball. We are knotted again. On the other side, Norwalk fell short in their district semifinal despite winning 20 games. Here goes an ace. How about Bella Hernandez? Hoping her Truckers win a point. They went 20-4 last year, Norwalk, yet they still cannot get past pesky Tiffin Columbia. Vance leaves this short. Truckers starting to build some momentum. They lead by 2. Just off the tape from Hernandez. Set from Pearson. Going to Wharton. Off the block and out. They've already gotten Weaver involved quite a bit tonight, Ontario. Now you're looking to try and get Sarah some touches and get her some kills, get her in rhythm. She'll get this chance to serve here. That sails long. So we will see the Lady Truckers serve again. This time it will be our player spotlight, Madeline Gamble. This ball taps over the block again. Weaver using some finesse today, and it's working out. Looking at the Warriors' last 5 games, they've won 4 of them. They beat River Valley in their season finale back in the 7th. 3-1. They beat Winford in 4 sets. They lost to Highland in a thriller, a team that they have never beat since joining the MOAC, or I guess at least since Highland joined the MOAC. Here goes Weaver, lines this one up. Nearly collided with her own teammate, but still gets the power to put it down. Gamble receives. They'll go near side. Molman up by Wharton. Back to Weaver. Off the hands. Reset. Truckers go off the hands of Ontario. Try it again, Weaver. This one off the block and down. And he's taken over. This ball up the middle, spiked right at Studer. Digs it up, it's an overpass. Another chance for the Truckers. Good job by Tim to get a hand on the ball. Keeps it up enough for the Warriors to field. Far side this time. Another Studer dig. And this one will stay in. Nicely done by the Warriors. Roll shot, however, gets the Truckers a point. All of the defensive effort, and still Norwalk able to strike. Should be tied at 12. Scoreboard wrong here in the gym. Norwalk wins an ace. Another ball over by Mooney. Up the middle, Weaver, solo block. Ainsley King, the sophomore. 14-12 Truckers. Gotta like the flow of the game so far. Both teams getting their explosive plays. Weaver will try again, another dink. Truckers got to do something to adjust because they have seen Annie Weaver just dice them up inside the 10-foot line. Lexi Tim just gets it over the net. It's down for an ace. Nicely crafted serve from the sophomore. Now, yesterday when I was calling a game over at Northridge, we had the tight camera angle in the corner of the gym, so you could kind of see on those serves, as this ball sails out for a Norwalk point, you could kind of see on those serves how close it actually gets to the net. I'll tell you, Tim's ace a couple points ago was as close as you can get without touching the tape. Nearly wins another ace here. This ball just over by Gamble. Back up the middle, lefty swing. Nearly ate up Gamble, but they continue on. And this will go to the bleachers. Nice back and forth contest from the 3 and 4 seeds in this bracket. A little miscommunication, out of system sort of situation as well from Norwalk. Another point for Ontario. So game 1 of this doubleheader here at Lexington, a 3-4 matchup. Game 2 is a 2-7 matchup. And you may be wondering, why is it formatted like that? I'll talk about it here in a second. Studer finds Wharton. Good dig by Weinman. Near side swing, sails out of bounds. Well, to kind of be upfront about it is neither of these teams were really interested in playing the 1 seed in this region, so they went to the opposite side of the bracket. Of course, the 3 seed you typically see on the opposite side of the bracket, but then you go to Ontario, who chose where they wanted to play. As this goes off the block, Wharton gets the point. How the volleyball draw works is it goes 1 through, I believe, 9 in this region, or in this district. And the 1st seed gets to plop themselves wherever they want. Then it goes to 2 seed, the 3 seed, the 4 seed. So Norwalk chose the bottom half of the bracket, as they logistically should. Ball out of bounds here. Norwalk scores the points. 18-16 Warriors. But then you get to Ontario. They look at the field. The 1 seed at the top of the bracket, Lexington at the bottom. Then you've also got Norwalk at the bottom. Who do you want to play? Well, it's up to the coach, and they chose to go to the bottom half of the bracket. Near side. This ball nearly overpassed. Joust at the net. Both stay out of it. Good on them as Gamble. Power touch. Back row swing from Weaver. Easily scooped by Schlotterer. This ball just past the line. And the Warriors now have a 3-point lead, and we'll see our first timeout. So head coach Sarah Kipp decides to talk things over with her Norwalk side. Let's take a look at some highlights from the first stretch of play before this first timeout. Annie Weaver doing Annie Weaver things to start this game. Let's just go right back to her. Why not? On a cut shot. Beautifully done. And they're just going to keep feeding her. Simple tap down. She's just showing off the versatility. Just wherever she's been set. That time she had to fade back a little bit. And then showing off the dink again. Just a good stretch here from Weaver. She's really gotten kills from all 3 levels of the front row. So she has helped this team to a 19-16 advantage into the first timeout. She stays out on the floor. Head coach for Ontario, Natalie Schell, had a good talk with her Warriors as we were showing you those replays presented by Wellspring Pharmacy. It's big to be first to 20. Ontario has the chance here. Standing swing out of Weaver. Easy scoop. Weaver digs again. This ball left short, and there go the Warriors. They've got 20. They lead by 4. Setter tried to get pretty there, Emily Tyler, and ended up not working out. Went straight to the net. Morgan Pearson, short serve. Weinman receives. Are going to Gamble. Up by Pearson. Wharton tests the back. And Gamble puts one down. Weaver couldn't scoop it. The setter retreats to the service line. The junior, Tyler. One out to the sophomore. She gets the job done. Peyton Vance. Four points away from a set 1 win. And there goes another one for these Lady Warriors, inching closer. 3 points now. Haley Hefner. Libero just gets it over the tape. Near side, Romel. Lone freshman that really gets much playing time sails that out of bounds in a big spot. It's 23-17. Timeout again from Norwalk. Both teams will chat. Ontario holds all of the cards right now. So we see the last little run here of play. No timeouts left for Norwalk in this set. Ontario, they've got both. But a couple of good plays here you're seeing out of Norwalk despite having to call this timeout. Some aces, some blocks. Just not doing it as often as the other team is. There's a beautiful block there from Ainsley King. And then the great kill by Gamble that ate up Annie Weaver. But the story right now is these Lady Warriors who are 2 points away from a set 1 win. Long way to go for Tyler. Far side, power swing on the cut shot. Free balled by Tyler. Pearson set up the middle. Tim off the block onto the Truckers side. It's set point. Another good serve by Hefner. Back set, this one off the hands. Played well by Tim. Near side this time. Gamble finds a gap right on the line. Took a gamble going deep to the back row, but it did end up paying off. Hernandez had a nice swing on the last volley. She'll now send it. Set point number 2. This one blocked. Keep it going. Tough one at the net. Pearson keeps it up. Out of system a few times there. Now we'll reset. Gamble off the hands of Tim. Set point number 3. Another send away from the junior. Eats up Weaver into the bleachers. (24-20). Hernandez back to serve again. Set point number 4. Up by Wharton. Long way to go. And Tim's forced to a free ball. Tap over the block, up by Vance. Set, far side, Wharton, tap. Truckers doing a good job defensively. Weaver calls everybody off to Wharton, off the tape. And the dump away by Norwalk, it's King. However, they will call it a double contact, and that's how things will end here in a 25-20 set 1 win in favor of the Warriors. So give it to Ontario. They'll take the set 2 break with a 1-0 advantage here live and free on the OH Report and also on the NFHS network.
Supporting our local teams or cheering you on in life, we're here for you in every victory, big or small. Mechanics Bank. That's better.
Your future starts here at Pioneer Career and Technology Center. Get real-world skills, college credits, and career-ready training. Discover your future at Pioneer.
Happy Halloween!
And welcome back to Lexington High School as we've got a sectional championship brewing. The Ontario Lady Warriors, 4th seeded, taking on the 3rd seeded Lady Truckers. However, Ontario holds that 1-0 lead after a 25-20 win just a few moments ago. already underway with this second set. This ball off the hands of Ontario. It's a kill for Gamble. Shout out to our comment section on Facebook. Always great when you've got both sides in the comments section. Shout out to Matt Wadsworth cheering on the Truckers, along with Jackie Morrison, both cheering on Norwalk, and then also Dora Brown watching as always. And then Dream Laybach cheering on the Warriors. All evened up at 1 after that last sequence. Tyler with the bump set. Will be an attack behind the 10-foot line. Gamble right to Pearson. Went right off the side. She was not ready for it. Some pure power on that kill. And after the kills, here she is to serve. Fielded and sent away by Weaver. Easy dig for Wharton. Weaver, it goes again. It will be in favor of Ontario. There was a touch. Ontario coming in 14-8 on the season. They went 10-4 in a stacked MOAC, along with Marion Pleasant, a team that was unbeaten until the last day of the MOAC season. As here's a point from Norwalk to take the lead, where they fell to Marengo Highland, another team that is formidable in their own rights. Both teams that project to be playing very deep into the postseason. Can Ontario add themselves to that list? Free ball by Wharton. Truckers reset. This one off the tape on the swing by Moman. Weaver nearly finds a gap. Gamble the dig. Back to Weaver. Quick set off the tape. Back row. High up. Great ceilings here at Lexington for volleyball. Quick set, missed time, nearly almost worked anyways. But good defensive play by the Warriors. Slide shot. This one kept up. Good job by the libero Hefner. And a great volley ends in success for Norwalk as Moman gets the kill. They fake it up the middle. Leaves just Emma Fagan, a solo block attempt from Ontario that was unsuccessful. This time they will go up the middle. Few deflections, Ontario's got it. And a short ball throws off Norwalk. Weaver throwing everything in the kitchen sink at this Norwalk defense. Served by Tim. Will be an ace. Lexi Tim, that her 38th kill, or 38th ace of the year. Near side, Moman finds it inbounds. That one confused Ontario for a bit. They didn't even think they needed to field it. You saw Weaver kind of back away. But after the score, Weinman will send off this next one. Long way to go for Studer's set. And there's some miscommunication by Norwalk. Warriors capitalize in a back and forth second set here early. All tied at 5. Annie will serve from the far side. Ball hits off of the fists of Norwalk, still able to get it over. Moman had to back away. Now they'll go off the hands. Good job here by the Truckers. Moman again. Set from Studer to Wharton. Second contact send over. This time the lefty did not get a touch on the block. Its 4 hits also went out anyways. Truckers back in front. Welcome back, Lola Schlotterer. Rougher set goes on Norwalk's side. Joust won, however, by the Warriors. Studer underneath it. Behind the 10-foot line. Weaver finds her way to a kill somehow. As both Weinman and Schlotterer called each other off on that dig. Now it's Morgan Pearson with the toss-up. Hernandez with the swing for Norwalk. This time it is Wharton. Warriors now lead it 7-6. Morgan, one of 5 seniors for this Ontario group, looking to keep their, not just their seasons, but their playing careers alive tonight. Great low dig out of Weaver. They'll go back to Wharton, kept up by Gamble. Two-handed fish shot up into the air. Ends up working out. Gamble tip over the block. Good call by Ontario. Another set from Tyler, close to the net. It's tapped down by Schnittke. Ontario actually has the height advantage today. That has not been the case in previous years for Norwalk to not have the advantage there. But the Warriors showing off in the front, just like we said they needed to. However, this time, Schnittke does get a hand on the block, but it ends up bouncing to an empty spot on the floor. Bump set from Pearson. Back to Hernandez go the Truckers. That one blocked by Schnittke. Tight one, punched away. Pearson blocked. Tap over the top, reading it all the way. Weaver, swing again by Wharton. Great volley between these two sides. It goes to the Truckers who tie it up. Ball over by Emily Tyler. They'll go loaded up the middle. Sarah Wharton. And after a good stint, Schnittke, the sophomore, will take a seat. They had both of their favorable middles in. Now they'll just stick with Wharton, who also plays on the outside. Close to the net. Hernandez did not have much to do with that ball. 10-8 Warriors. Hefner nearly the ace. Romel just sends it off to Ontario, who cashes in. Tim finds the far sideline. Three-point lead for Ontario. The first time they took a three-point lead, we saw Norwalk call a timeout. Not opting to do that here. Trying to ride it out. Tim got touch happy on the block. It ends up going down for the Truckers. Hernandez misses short, so it does not end up mattering for the Lady Warriors. As we tune in elsewhere, as Josh Banks on the call for a game between Hopewell Loudon and MOAC. Another game, I believe that's also a 4-3, yeah. MOAC already leads 2-0 over there. As the Lady Warriors have been rolling, we've talked about it all. Pretty much all of the running of our new show, The Block Party, as we've got a timeout here out of Norwalk after a 4-point swing. Let's take a look at this bracket. The main team to watch is Lexington at the bottom of the bracket. Of course, just the 2 seed, but they are a threat to either one of these teams that come out victorious here. But just overall looking at the picture, that upper half in our realm, we don't know too much about much of those teams, but you got to respect the seeding. They could definitely pose as a threat later down the line. You saw in that bracket, it was the 8 seed Lima Senior. Well, it's going to be a showdown in Lima between Lima Senior and Lima Shawnee, as Shawnee swept Springfield 2 days ago to clinch their spot for a sectional title. That's the number 1 seed in this pod. Good volley out of the timeout. Back to Tim. Blocked. Good reflexes, though, by Pearson. Not once, but twice out of these Warriors. However, the send-over is out of bounds. Checking in is Molman. We'll go back to Weaver. Easily dug up by Weinman. Here goes Molman. And that one's tapped down by that Ontario block. Near side. Swing dug up by Hefner. Weaver. Cut shot, not able to be handled by Norwalk. Weaver continues to cook here tonight against this Norwalk defense. Piper Studer. Nice send away. Tyler sets it up for the middle for Norwalk. Good job by Ontario again. Back set off the hands of the Warriors, and this will be in favor of Norwalk. Romel does a good job that time as she now goes to the bench. Studer fading away, puts a nice set on the platter for Tim. Let's go to the bleachers. Now this Lexington gym, it's kind of a toss-up because, yes, high ceilings, great. But as with every other high school gym, the bleachers are awfully close on the sides, so you don't get too much room to work in that regard. But left and right here in this gym, as you're seeing on your camera, plenty of room to operate. Truckers score again there. We'll see Weinman, the libero, serve again. But you can kind of just see on the screen all that real estate you have on the sides, but not much on the bleacher ends. A couple service errors stacking up here for the Truckers, giving free points to the opposition as they now lead by 5, Ontario. Here's another ball. Near side, Hernandez. Back row attack off the tape. Adventurous from Gamble. Lefty swing here wins the point. Emma Fagan, one of those 5 seniors for this Ontario team, cashes in. Gives Norwalk a different look. Not too many lefties on this group, but that definitely helps the Warriors win the point there. 18-12. Defense has been stellar. Schnittke sends it over for Ontario. This will be blocked. Schnittke and Fagan combine. Seven-point lead. Hernandez will trigger again. That ball in play. Finds the back corner nicely. So Bella Hernandez, the junior, Booker for a kill. Near sideline received by Weaver. It'll be a free ball out of Ontario. Back to Gamble. Weaver there again. Long set, cross court. Warden, attempt number 2. Dug up by Schlotterer. Great diving dig, it's an overpass. Hernandez, 2-hand tap. Great volley. Another touch off the block. Switching it up, Gamble off the hands. Pearson, she'll take a swing. Gamble again here in this volley. Wharton trying to finish it off. Neither side giving up. Ontario trying to complete and win the race to 20 in the set. Both sides stay out of the net. Gamble for a 4th time in this volley. And it's now won by Ontario as Schnittke taps it down. Wellspring Custom Pharmacy brings you the look again, and we're going to see a final timeout out of Norwalk as it's a 7-point lead. Warriors 5 points away from winning a second set, as we're going to start to see Schnittke highlights as she has started here in this second set. Saw the block there, nicely done. Here's another one. If you didn't enjoy the first one, how about some more? How about another block from Schnittke as she has come alive, and there's the last point right there on a long volley. Helps her team win it. Sophomore, stud. Coach Shell trying to guide her team to a second set victory, just like we saw elsewhere, as Mohawk looking to close the door on Hopewell Loudon. Getting fed information from my producer. Mohawk leads 14-4 over Hopewell Loudon in that third set. So they're looking at a sweep over there on their home floor. Coach Eric Hoover has that team rolling. And I mean it, absolutely rolling. They were able to clinch, or they were able to fight all the way back for a share of the Northern 10 title. Good coach's point here out of Norwalk as they bring it to within 6. Emily Tyler with the send away. Nearly an ace. Vance safely sends it. Near side, Gamble behind the 10-foot line. Pearson has to run up on the ball. Wharton is blocked. And Hernandez tries to send it on the first contact, and it ends up going short. The presence of Schnittke definitely altered that one as she now goes to take a seat, Carly. And ends the libero, Haley Hefner. Nearly in an overpass. One hand set, that was going out. Hefner played it anyways. Wharton off the block. Hernandez couldn't square away. It goes off of her to the near side inbounds. 3 points away now from a set 2 win, the Ontario Lady Warriors. Romel will win the point there off of a touch. Wharton couldn't field it. I think it was the right play, though. It looked like after she touched it, it may have gone out of bounds, but if she let it go, probably could have snuck on that line. Here's the feed from Mohawk again. They lead 16-6 now. Quick set up the middle, off the hands. It's a kill from King. A little surprised they haven't gone her way a bit more here as of late. She's back out on the floor. Look for her to do some damage. Warriors cash in. Make it 23-16. There was a new server there for Norwalk, Sophia Ames, who has not played too much. The sophomore came in to give a different look to the Warriors. Did not end up working out. Sophia goes back to the bench. Here goes Wharton. Funny looking serve, funny looking receive at that. But it doesn't matter when you've got Ainsley King to clean up the mess. Whips the Truckers right back in shape. It's 23-17. Vance sets this one close to the net. It's going to work out. However, not cleanly. It appears as if Tim was under the net. Safety violation. Give it to the Truckers. Now we got a whistle, and it looks like a wet spot on the floor. They're going to have to clean that up here quickly. But you saw there, Tim called for the violation. Nice quick delay as Coach Kip gets dirty, helps out, cleans up the floor. Here we go again. 5-point lead for the Warriors. Truckers got a lot of work to do. Vance with the send-off. Back row attack. Gamble sails it way out. Here's the first set point for the Warriors. And it will be led, spearheaded by Piper Studer. High ball, hardly any spin on it. Back to King. She's had the last 2 kills, make it 3 now. Makes it now set point number 2 as they've brought the deficit back to 5. Reagan Mooney going to be called upon to Try to keep this run alive. Top spin serve. Set up the middle. Weaver dug up, but out of bounds. And Ontario watches it drop, and they've got themselves a 2-0 lead over the Truckers. Looking for a minor upset here from Lexington High School. Warriors lead it 2-0 over Norwalk here on the OH Report and the NFHS Network.
Feel like I should go. Feel like I should, feel like I should, feel like I should, feel like I should go.
Supporting our local teams or cheering you on in life, we're here for you in every victory, big or small. Mechanics Bank! That's better.
Your future starts here at Pioneer Career and Technology Center. Get real-world skills, college credits, and career-ready training. Discover your future at Pioneer.
Happy Halloween!
We've got a sectional championship live and free on the OH Report. My name is Jonathan Langdon, your producer today, Adam Thompson. Camera operator is Brandon Powell. Weaver having a game here for Ontario. She put some contact on that swing. Ontario wearing white on the left side of your screen. They lead 2-0 over the Norwalk Lady Truckers. Great volley to start things. King had a great end of the second set, looking to carry it over here. That's a solid start. There's your Wellspring Custom Pharmacy replay. Madeline Gamble, just a sophomore. One of the better players on this team. Plenty of room to grow still. She sends this in, cannot dig it up as Weaver puts it right in front. Top spin serve right to Weinman. King tries it again. Wharton leads it too close to the net, and Molman takes it as a yummy ball. Reagan Mooney. Her name was called to try and help them run towards the end as they sat on set point for all of her serves. Ball a little bit behind the attacker. Molman forced a free ball. Set to Weaver through the block. Great dig by Gamble. Studer runs underneath it. High tap. King keeps it up. Studer runs up again. Tim out of bounds. Pardon me. Three to 1 Norwalk. Another serve out of Mooney. Weaver off the tape. In front of Wyman, could not field it. Back set, King off the block. Try to spot the corner. Tim was ready. Right side of the antenna. We continue on. Fagan stays out of the scorer's table. We've got a score from Norwalk on a double contact on the sendover. It'll be later on in this replay here, but you'll get a chance to see the new rule in volleyball. As, yeah, Schnittke, not the cleanest exchange. The kill out of the Warriors. They get the point anyways in the next score. But to explain that rule, in volleyball, you've got whenever you send the ball over, it has to be a clean contact. Cannot have a double hit or a double contact as it's called, as Norwalk scores here. But if you do have a double contact and you're passing between your teammates, that is legal. It's just that send over has to be legal as it has been the last eternity playing volleyball. Just a little slight change to give some leeway to these high school athletes. This ball ends up in the bleachers. Truckers piling on. They've got a 3-point lead. Lola Schlotterer. And this ball gets away. A couple of aces strung together here from Norwalk. And there's another one. Back to back to back. How about it? From these Lady Truckers, they lead by 5, and it's the first timeout called in the entire game by Coach Shell for Ontario. Taking some time to listen to a couple of these huddles. Very much an emphasis on the block in that Norwalk huddle. They want to make sure that they're closing up their blocks. Don't want to get carried away. That's what Coach said. Coach Kipp did not want to get carried away with these 3 straight aces. Still got to play your way. Got to remember that you are down 2-0. And that there's a reason for it. Got to clean some things up when Ontario finally starts returning some of these serves. Weaver sets it. Up by Gamble. Another block by Schmidt. However, she cannot get it to the other side. She had 2 great touches on it, but ended up with her hands too far away from the netting. Pearson set tight to the net. This one will be taken by Hernandez. Bella Hernandez finds her way through. It is 10-3 Norwalk. What a great explosion here by these Lady Truckers as they try to send it to a 4th, potentially even 5th, with the way they're playing right now. Another attempt off the tape, fielded by the Truckers. However, they'll call it a double contact. You'll get to see that rule in action again. And there might be some controversy in that call, but I thought it looked pretty clean. Nonetheless, official right there to make it a double contact ruling. This ball sails out. Pearson with the error. Low dipping serve. And it'll be an ace this time for Emily Tyler. Some self-inflicted wounds here by Ontario on what has now been 4 aces in favor of Norwalk. You take those away, this would basically be a tied game as this now goes out. So an error on Norwalk's side gives some life to the Warriors. In fact, take those 4 aces away, Ontario would actually be in the lead if they end up winning those points. Up the middle, not much of a contest on Ontario's side. They were puzzled as Gamble pins this down. Here goes Hernandez. Hefner receives. Tim with the standing swing. Back to King, off the block. Ainsley King has been the MVP for Norwalk in this game. Hernandez, low bullet serve. Warriors free ball it. Back set, running up on it. Gamble, it's blocked. Tight ball, joust, won by Norwalk as they keep it alive. Far side, Wharton, down the line, into the bleachers. Nice catch by the photographer in the front row. Watch this. Snag, camera in hand, didn't faze him. King going to the outside this time. And that will work out for the Truckers. The lead is 9. This has ballooned to a close blowout. We're teetering on the edge of blowout is what I was trying to say. And a 15-6 set 3. And this is what you needed if you're Norwalk, because you're down 2-0. Needed a statement. However, there, Tim gets the Warriors back in the right direction. Piper Studer. Whoa, serve, forces an overpass. Back to Weaver. This one close to the net. Yummy ball. Tim didn't have to do anything but put her hands up and make sure she touched the ball. because just the way that thing was spinning, there was no doubt that was going back to Norwalk. Gamble the set to Moman. No problem if you're Ontario, as Weaver goes right through the legs of Tyler on that kill. My goodness. Look at this again. Couple of subs making their way in, including the first action and some time for Lindy Winkleman. Good job by Molman to earn a point back. It's 16-9. Weaver's blocked by King. Gives a chance to reset. Weaver runs up on the swing. Now it'll go to Molman. This one to no man's land. Truckers lead by 8 again. Just every time you see Ontario start to run a little bit, Norwalk brings the ships back in and they cruise. So 17-9. Warriors won the first 2 sets. I wouldn't say convincingly, but they definitely won by a decent margin. But now you're seeing that flip on its head with a 17-9 score in advantage of the Truckers. I want to take a second to thank our sponsors, bringing you tonight's live and free coverage. Sutton Bank, Charter Next Gen, Wellspring Custom Pharmacy, Schmidt Security Pro, Avita Home Health and Hospice, Mechanics Bank, and Pioneer Career and Technology Center. Here we go, out of the timeout. Mooney with a solid serve, nearly wins the ace. Good extension by Studer to keep the play alive. You could say the same for Norwalk there. King, this ball lands in play. Truckers have doubled the Warriors' score. Weaver runs up on the ball, roll shot. Good late effort by Tyler to keep it up. This time Tim blocked. Molman and King combine. They have taken the pep talk from coach to heart. How about it? These blocks have closed up nicely. Saw a lot of blocks out of Ontario in those first 2 sets. Now, seeing the Truckers take command of the front row as they now lead 20-9. Fading away. Weaver didn't get much on that swing. However, it does force a free ball. Back to Weaver they go. This one right in front of Weinman. Tried to get down as low as she could to dig it, but you can't dig that. Weaver continuing to have a day. This will be a double contact. I was thinking there may be a whistle, and there ended up being one on King. But can't blame her. That's an attacker, not used to the two-hand send-offs. This ball to the net. Tim with the service error. She'll go take a seat. 21-11. Good chance to get some players in. that don't typically make their way out onto the floor. Number 13, Michaela Giegold, is in the back row, looking to serve, receive. Nice swing far side out of Schnitke as she comes back into the game and immediately makes a statement. High ball from Weaver. Hernandez off the block. One cannot be digged up by Giegold. Lead balloons back to 10. Pearson, the new setter for now, as this will go off the block and out. Call it a kill for Sarah Wharton. Service this time from Morgan Pearson. This ball out of bounds. 3 Truckers called it out simultaneously. 23-13, 2 points away from extending this to a 4th set. Lexington waiting in the wings along with Madison as they both await game 2 of this doubleheader. Another sectional final between the number 2 seeded Lady Lex and Madison, who sits as the 7th seed in this district. This ball out of bounds. We will stay here on the call for that second game. Set point number 1 on the match for these Lady Truckers. Vance tap over the block. Set up by Tyler, close to the nets. Tapped down by the Warriors. This would be set point number 2. Well, Ontario, they would need there to be 10 set points to crawl all the way back here. But they do go in the right direction. This will force set point number 3. And it's going to have to come from Haley Hefner. Need her to push through here. Just keep them in play, too. Libero set. Too much of a threat for Ontario's defense. As this one goes out of play. And that will give Norwalk the set win. Truckers win it by 10, a convincing set 3 victory. As I see both teams heading back to the locker rooms for the second game of this doubleheader, because this one is going to a 4th. 2-1 in favor of Ontario still on the OH Report and the NFHS Network.
Feel like I should, feel like I should, feel like I should, feel like I should float. Feel like I should.
Supporting our local teams or cheering you on in life, we're here for you in every victory, big or small. Mechanics Bank!
Your future starts here at Pioneer Career and Technology Center. Get real-world skills, college credits, and career-ready training. Discover your future at Pioneer.
Happy Halloween!
Lady Lex waiting in the wings for game 2 of this sectional doubleheader. We are headed to a 4th set here from Lexington High School. Truckers won that last one to keep this match alive, 25-15, as Hernandez sends over the serve. This ball up the middle, right to the platform of Schlotterer. Free ball out of the Truckers. Pearson runs up on the volleyball. Gamble tries again, block. It's a solo from Tim. And now if you're Ontario, what went wrong in that last set? Well, simply, you weren't able to field serves, and that put you in a big hole, and momentum really just ran away from you from there to try to get out to a better start here in this 4th set. Here goes King. Overpass, and that will be touched twice by Pearson. So we're evened at 1. Gamble the send away. Incoming. Tight one, and right there, Molman makes sure nothing goes for the Warriors. Lead for Norwalk. Truckers lead 2-1. Make it 3-1. Another rough pass goes over the net, and it's an easy tap down for these Norwalk front row attackers. Also want to shout out some more Trucker fans in our comments section. Pam Gilchrist, Mashona Marlene. Rooting on the Truckers from afar. About an hour drive from Norwalk High School to here. Another score for Norwalk. They have really surged in, I'd say, the last 25 minutes. Weaver receives the serve. Studer. Back row attack from Gamble. Up by Hefner. Staying out of the net, the Warriors. And now they score it with Weaver. She's had a game, trying to will her team to a win. I don't think I would be spoiling anything if I let this out now. If Ontario does end up winning this game, we'll be having a real nice chat with Annie Weaver at the end of this one. Here she goes again. Off the block, King gets a hand on it. Weaver, tight angle, stays on the right side of the antenna and gets the cross-court kill. Again, winner of this game will play the winner of our next game between Madison and Lexington. That would be 5 days from now on Monday at Willard High School. King, quick set, goes to the campfire, fielded well by Studer. This time they go far near side. Here goes Weaver through the block. Set by Tyler. Far side, out of bounds, no touch from Ontario. Oh, no, they do say a touch. They call it a deflection, and it will be Norwalk's point. So make it 5-3 in favor of these Truckers, who bring in Reagan Mooney. Number 9 on the jersey. This is the 9th point of the set. Tyler runs up on it. King blocked. Studer back to Weaver. This one taken to the 7th row. Lexi, Tim. High pooch serve. Going back to King. Truckers cash in. You could make the argument that the sophomore Ainsley King single-handedly has put some life into these Truckers with her play, helping them win that first set, or that third set. As a rough reception out of Giegold gifts a point to the Truckers. They lead by 3. Lefty will take a swing at it. Off the deflection dug up by Mooney. This ball up the middle, overpass, just went over Hernandez, and it left Norwalk in a tight spot to try and recover. You see it here. Fortunate there that Ontario sent that a little further than they could have. However, they gift it right back on the service error. In comes Lola Schlotterer. Far side. Tight swing from Wharton. Volley stays alive here. They'll go back to Wharton. Didn't get enough time to really jump up and put power behind that swing, as this goes off of the Ontario block. Hernandez up the middle, getting the kill. This ball off the tape. You could see Schnitke had no clue where that ball went. Fortunate enough for her, it went on Norwalk's side. Good ball from Pearson, nearly wins an ace. Good job by Gamble to recover. Wharton puts a solid swing together. That lands in the campfire. Warriors now down just 2. Again, important to note, Ontario has not beaten Norwalk in their last 11 tries. They led this game 2-0. Can they finish it out? Make some history here. This ball lands in play. Warriors now within 1. Another great kill from Wharton. Also for the Warriors, they lost in the sectional title last year in 4 sets. This one's guaranteed at least to go 5, so there's improvement, but they want to jump even further than that. Lefty swing, dug up in the back by Schlotterer. Pearson touches it, gets in the way of Giegold, who was ready to scoop it up in the back row. That gives Norwalk another point. However, gifted right back to Ontario after that error. 10-9. We're in for a solid fourth set as the crowd starts to file in here. We had a great crowd for this game, of course, but as it gets to the wire, all four fan bases basically in the gym. Ontario ties it up at 10 after that violation on Norwalk. Romel, the freshman, misses again with her swing. She sailed out a couple of times tonight. Bullet serve, just out. I'll tell you what, Hefner did not take anything off of that one. Hernandez has had her name mentioned many times here in this fourth set. Here she is to serve. Pearson back set tight to the net. Not much that Wharton could do. Truckers lead by one again. But it's short-lived as the Warriors consistently getting some help from the Truckers, who continue to pile up some errors at the service line. Here goes Wharton. This ball lands in play. Gamble let it go. And that finds the 8-ball corner pocket. Look at that one sneak in. See if she can pull some more magic. This time fielded. King off the hand of Tim. And King continues to command this Norwalk team. Tying it back up at 13, matching her jersey number. Tight to the net, King tries to tap it down. Ultimately ends in a point for the ladies in gray. Near side, short on the swing, goes right into the net from Tim. 15-13. Truckers threatening to send it to 5. Side spin on the serve, received by Weaver. They'll go right back to her. Tap over the block, right back to what she did in set number 1. Had numerous tap overs. Going back to her bread and butter. Studer. Decent set. Weaver couldn't finish it off. Couple joust at the net. Turns into a yummy ball for Annie Weaver. When it's all said and done, this could be a career night for Annie. A plethora of kills on display here from Lexington. Near side, this will go off the hands of Tem. Truckers back in front by 1. Molman out of bounds. Tied again. Lexi Tim leaves it short. Diving reception by Gamble. King finds a spot. And with that, King will go to the bench. Hard-earned rest for her. Good job by Studer playing it off the net. We continue this volley. Hernandez off the touch. Nobody there to field the net. It's now a 2-point game in favor of Norwalk. And now we'll see a timeout. Coach Shell wants to talk things over with Ontario. And with this, we'll take a time to thank our sponsors yet again, bringing you tonight's live and free coverage. Thanks to Sutton Bank. Earn the cash reward of your choice for doing simple activities with Kasasa. Thanks also to Charter Next Generation. Drove by their headquarters on the way here. Hiring for high-paying jobs in a cutting-edge environment. Also, Wellspring, custom pharmacy and health source, helping you choose effective vitamins and supplements and can prepare custom medications as prescribed by your healthcare provider or veterinarian to manage hormone balance, mouth soreness, pain, autoimmune conditions, and many more. Also, thanks to Schmidt Security Pro, from the field to your front door. Trust Schmidt Security Pro to protect what matters most. And also shout out to our commercial sponsors, Avita Home Health and Hospice, Mechanics Bank, and Pioneer Career and Technology Center. Sawyer Weinman gets us going again. 2-point lead in favor of Norwalk. Standing swing from Ontario. Here goes Hernandez right through. That threads the needle between the two stars for this Ontario team, Wharton and Weaver. Weaver steps in on it, roll shot to the campfire. Tyler's been there each and every single time. She's been great defensively. And the offense shows up as well with a back row attack out of Gamble. First to 20 of the Truckers. Two-hand send over by Schnittke. Here goes Molman, inbounds. Finds the near side line. Sydney Molman, the junior. Gonna start to have her potentially show out here. 21-16, 5-point edge for the Truckers. If they can finish off this set, they'd send it to a fifth. Schnittke off the block. Molman again. Sydney Molman. And another timeout called by Coach Shell. I don't think anybody about an hour ago would have predicted that this is what we were going to see out of these Truckers as they now sit 3 points away from taking this to an all-decisive fifth set. It'll decide which season ends, which continues into Willard on Monday. Great sequence of plays by these Lady Truckers that you're seeing on your screen. Sydney Molman has been the name to note in this stretch. Coach Shell still talking to the team. Great crowd filling out. Both teams for the second game of this doubleheader making their way back out as they could witness a potential set 5. Of course, the winner of both of these games tonight will play each other next week. Out of the timeout. Great dig by Gamble in the back. Tyler sets near side. Molman tap into the campfire. It'll hit off of Weaver. Seven-point advantage. 3 in a row for Molman. 2 points away from sending us to the 5th set. And this hits off Giegold. Make it set point. What a turnaround for these Truckers. Sawyer Weinman. The libero. Trying to close off the 4th set. Studer the set to Weaver. She finds a gap. Keeps them alive. It'll be set point number 2. High ball received. Hernandez nearly got it off the deflection. Wharton, cross court, dug up by Weinman. Set near side, Molman. This one will fall in. Warriors stay alive for a second time. Set point number 3 in the set for Norwalk. These Truckers have been battle tested. 10-12 on the season, 4-6 in the SBC. They have played some tough competition, and they are playing this 14-8 Ontario squad to the brink. High ball nearly grazes the ceilings here at Lexington, and they will say it did touch the ceiling. I didn't think it touched anything, but that top official saw it with her own eyes. She makes the call, and we can't refute that up here. So 25-18, the final of the 4th set. Here we go, back-to-back nights that I'll be calling 5-set thrillers. We'll see how this one ends up. Live and free on the OH Report and on the NFHS Network.
Feel like I should, feel like I should, feel like I should, feel like I should. Feel like I should.
Supporting our local teams or cheering you on in life, we're here for you in every victory, big or small. Mechanics Bank! That's better.
Your future starts here at Pioneer Career and Technology Center. Get real-world skills, college credits, and career-ready training. Discover your future at Pioneer.
Happy Halloween.
Insert all of the cliches you want. It's a fifth set. This one's for all the marbles. That's the one I'll go with. This ball was clearly out of bounds. It was still played by Norwalk. King goes off the block and gets the point anyways. It is money time here on the OH Report. Norwalk in the midst of potentially completing a comeback from all the way down 2-0. As we see Madeline Gamble, the sophomore, back to serve for Norwalk. Vance, the setter, to Weaver. She's had a fantastic game, and she puts this down on the yummy ball. Right on a platter, she ate. Just past the 10-foot line. We're knotted at 1. Back to serve, Piper Studer. Curls that one far side. This will go up the middle to King, off the tape. Ainsley King has been the MVP on Norwalk's side. She has been a beast up the middle, especially from sets 3 through 5 all the way through this comeback. Weaver receives the serve, so get the ball back. Has that blocked. King right there. Free ball. Tap and miscommunication. That will go down for Molman, who has started to spur up for Norwalk, number 3 in gray. Served by Mooney. 3-1 Truckers. Tim goes short. The libero collapses. A couple slips on the floor from the libero for Norwalk. King, quick set. Fielded well by Studer. She'll set this one. Weaver, tap over the block. Studer back to Weaver. Punched up. We continue on. Great volley here on the 5th point of set 5. Tim sends it. Tyler stays out of the net. Here goes Weaver. Over the block again. Tough one. Will not get over. It's 4 touches. I nearly thought that they missed that call, but it is 4 touches. Give it to the Warriors. 3-2. I saw Sawyer Weinman for Norwalk slip a couple times in the middle of the floor, so they are going to take some time and kind of wipe it down. Just make sure everything's good here in a season-deciding set. Lexi Tim the serve. Going back to King. That ball was sailing out. Tim played it anyways. Weaver nearly finds a gap. Great dig by Weinman. Tim, far side. Weaver off the block. Annie Weaver continues her dominance. She's had it all season long. 330 plus kills coming into the night. She has to be nearing 30 just in this game alone. She'll take it on the second contact. She's taken over, folks. It's 4-3. Tim continues to serve. Top spin, right to the libero Weinman. Set to King, tap over. Nicely done. Taking notes out of Weaver. She did that numerous times in set number 1. King adding to her repertoire. The sophomore takes his seat. We'll see Weinman serve for Norwalk in a tie game. Roll shot to the middle. Weaver again. Showing off that finesse. She went full power the last 2 sets. Went away from what was working. Maybe now she's starting to wise up and just send it everywhere. Don't try to kill it every single time. That'll throw off the defense. 5-4 in favor of Ontario. Good finesse. Great spot location. The point from Molman. She also goes to take a seat. Both her and King are off in this rotation. Huge time here if you're Ontario to try and potentially stack up a run without them on the floor. Far side, this one blocked, still up, and now it will be point Norwalk, 4 touches. Make it 6-5, Warriors in the lead, or Truckers in the lead, pardon me. Pearson set up the middle. Sarah Wharton had a whole floor to work with. She went far sideline. Nobody caught up with her. Short serve. Forces the overpass. It's a yummy ball. Back-to-back kills for Wharton. Not much that Reagan Mooney could do to try and field it. Warriors back in the lead, back and forth affair. Near side, Gamble. Dug up by Giegold, back set, Vance power touch. Couple players on the Norwalk bench calling for a carry. This ball in. Hernandez finds the very clear yellow lines here at Lexington High School. Hard to miss them. 7-7. Back up the middle, Wharton blocked. Vance, and now Pearson with the send-over. Hernandez again, power touch. Weaver contorts her body to get to that ball. Couple ping pong plays. This one to the campfire. Pearson saw a gap and took it. Nice and simple sometimes. That's all you need. Halfway through the set. Ontario holds the advantage as Hefner serves. Hernandez off the touch. Wharton cross court, dug up by Weinman. Tyler the set to Gamble. Pearson plays it. Tap over, Gamble. See a back row attack. Pearson digs it high up in the air. Vance meets it at the apex. We continue. And it will be, this time, a lift on Norwalk. It's 9-7 Ontario. Yep, you could definitely see more of a throwing action out of Romel. This ball up the middle. And the Truckers get it right back. Great energy here in the gym for set number 5. And there up the middle, we see Wharton cash in. 10-2. Neither side has called a timeout. Ontario has given up a 2-0 lead. Can they keep a hold of a potential win here? This ball down the line and in. It's King. Looks like Ontario's making the case that touched the antenna. I didn't see too much wiggling. But with that, here we go. 10-9. Near side, Tim, cross court, falls in front of Gamble. It's a point for the Warriors. They lead by 2. Substitutions coming in. Into serve, Piper Studer, number 2, number 14, Emma Fagan joins the front row. Both for Ontario. This ball to the tape and down, wrong side. Truckers now get to 10. Reagan Mooney, one of 2 seniors on the playoff roster for this Norwalk team, playing for her career. Back row attack, Gamble. Easy one for the Warriors. Studer had a long way to go. And this one's dug up again by Gamble. Off the touch. Yummy ball potential, but it was not taken advantage of by Norwalk, and Ontario makes them pay. 12-10, still no timeout. And as I say that, coach motions over. Here is the timeout call from Coach Kip. Great dramatics here tonight in game 1 of this doubleheader. Not sure if I'll have much of a voice left for that second game. 75 watching on Facebook. Shout out to all of you getting ready to witness this final stretch as Ontario leads by 2. Shout out Josh Banks in our comments as well. Can both Warrior squads win? That's a good question. MOAC just fought their way to a sweep in their sectional title game. Elsewhere on the OH report, Ontario trying to do the same, this time in a 5-set thriller. And yes, Josh, I did get a doozy tonight. Back-to-back nights, I'm calling 5-setters. Wouldn't trade it for anything, though. Playoff volleyball hits different, and you're seeing it right here on the OH report. Also, if you're with us on the NFHS network. 12-10, Warriors with the lead, with the serve as well. Truckers will field something here. This one, however, blocked. It's a 3-point cushion for these Warriors. Great job out of Schnittke to make the block. She had a couple earlier on in the game, and after 1 point, Coach Kip not wasting any time, calling another timeout. Ontario faithful beneath us, getting loud for their crew. Coach Shell putting up a signal, just put up the number 1 finger. They just need 1 to hold all of the cards here in this set. If they can get 1, it would force a miraculous comeback out of Norwalk, but it's not something we haven't seen already from these Truckers. Remember, they were down 2-0. They're in a comeback right now. Lexi Tim the serve. Tyler, back set, tight to the net, and there's the one that Coach Shell was calling for. Match point Warriors. Lexi Tim continues a great run at the service line. This is for all the marbles. For a chance at districts. It'll have to wait. Molman gets a kill off the block. Match point number 2. Sawyer Weinman, her name will be called. She needs at least 3 points to send us to extras. Keeps this ball in play. Received by Giegold. Back set, Weaver to end it. Well, it took a little extra time, but Ontario gets the job done, and it's only right that number 10 in white gets the final kill of the night. What a day for Annie Weaver, and the Warriors are headed to Willard on Monday. 5-set thriller here tonight between the Warriors and the Truckers. Thanks for joining us. We've got post-game coverage up next. We'll talk to Annie Weaver live and free on the OH Report and on the NFHS Network.
Supporting our local teams or cheering you on in life, we're here for you in every victory, big or small. Mechanics Bank! That's better.
Your future starts here at Pioneer Career and Technology Center. At Pioneer, you'll gain real-world skills, hands-on training, and college credits, all while preparing for the jobs of tomorrow. Pioneer, preparing today's students for tomorrow's opportunities. Discover your future at Pioneer.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Hey, I want to take a second before we talk to our MVP of this one here today. To shout out our sponsors. Shout out to Sutton Bank. Earn the cash reward of your choice for doing simple activities with Kasasa. Also shout out to Charter Next Generation, hiring for high-paying jobs in a cutting-edge environment right here in Lexington. Shout out to the Wellsprings Custom Pharmacy, your replay sponsor tonight, helping you choose effective vitamins and supplements, and can prepare custom medications as prescribed by your healthcare provider or veterinarian to manage hormone balance, mouth soreness, pain, autoimmune conditions, and many more. Shout out also to Schmidt Security Pro and Schmidt Fire. From the field to your front door, trust Schmidt Security Pro to protect what matters most. And one final shout out to our commercial sponsors, Avita Home Health and Hospice, providing high quality community health care and improving the quality of health in families throughout their lifespan. Mechanics Bank, Richland County's only independent community bank, and Pioneer Career and Technology Center, preparing students for college, careers, and the jobs of tomorrow. Taking a quick final break, still trying to acquire our MVP. We'll have her momentarily on the OH Report.
Supporting our local teams or cheering you on in life, we're here for you in every victory, big or small. Mechanics Bank! That's better.
Your future starts here at Pioneer Career and Technology Center. Get real-world skills, college credits, and career-ready training. Discover your future at Pioneer.
Happy Halloween!
It's time now for your Schmidt Security Pro Player of the Game. Ontario gets a grueling 5-set win here tonight as Annie Weaver, with ends, Annie Weaver gets the MVP award today. Dominant. We have you down for 26 kills tonight. You guys had the first 2-set victories, and then Norwalk makes a crawl back. And just talk to me about the talk in the huddle, just trying to regroup and get this 5th set.
I think that we kind of fell apart as a team in like the 2nd and 3rd set, or the 3rd and 4th set, and I think that our team is like much of like an energetic team. Like we have to have energy to like play well. So I think we kind of like fell off, but then like we regained it, and I think that helped.
Yeah, absolutely. And then for you were kind of everywhere when it comes to attacking, especially in that beginning stages of the game. Dinked here and there, power swings, cross cut. Kind of went away from that, and then you found it there in the 5th set. What happened on Norwalk's side to kind of quiet you down, and then what did you do to pull back?
I think they like adjusted very well. They're really like a good like scrappy team that adjusted really well, and I think we kind of struggled with that, and myself struggled with that too. So I think I had to like readjust of where to swing and stuff.
All right, Annie, so congratulations to you. Now you get a chance to watch these two teams take the court.
Yeah.
Just talk to me about your thought process and the team's kind of thought process as you go into this next week, depending on who you play.
I think that we have to have a lot of energy and put in hard work at practice, because I think it's going to be a tough game next game. So I think we just need to put in that work this week.
Absolutely. We'll go ahead and give your shout-outs.
Shout out to my teammates and coaches that always believe in me, and I always just have fun when playing the game.
All right, Annie Weaver, congratulations.
Thank you.
Time now for your post-game show as we put a quick bow on this first game, a 5-set thriller between Norwalk and Ontario, and the Warriors get it done. They will be playing on Monday in Willard at 7:30 o'clock against the winner of this next game that we will have for you live and free momentarily between the Lexington Lady Lex and the Madison Lady Rams. An OCC matchup coming your way soon. We're going to take a quick, and I mean it, quick break between games. We'll go down with our live. There's the set scores, by the way, from this last game. But keep an eye out for us as we get ready for this next game of this sectional championship doubleheader. My name's Jonathan Langdon. Brandon Powell, your camera operator tonight. Adam Thompson, the fantastic producer who is going to do a great job getting us up for game number 2 here tonight. Thanks to all of our sponsors. Scrolling through your screen one final time. We will see you when we see you here on the OH Report and the NFHS Network.